To invest in sectors crucial, key to in transforming the country into a knowledge-based economy. Tourism identified as potential stimulant for economic growth. Botswana table tennis national under-11 team expected to give an impressive performance at the ITTF Southern Region Hopes Week tournament. Winelon Sole is interpreting in sign language. Now, in our first story, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi continues to stress his administration's commitment to investing in key attributes of driving a knowledge economy, such as innovation and research. He also highlighted the need for building capacity, protecting and commercializing intellectual property towards in the pursuit of a knowledge-based economy. The president was speaking during a courtesy call on him by the Director General of the World Intellectual Property Organization, Mr. Darren Teng, earlier today. Utsile Nkabetse reports.
This courtesy call comes at an opportune time ahead of Botswana's hosting of the 19th session of the Council of Ministers of the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, ARIPO, a platform which sets the tone for progressive steps towards her envisioned knowledge-based economy.
What I want to plant into my country and its economy is the capacity to seek, find where the potential is, and then protect, and then commercialize, trade in it, right? But just learn the system and help us with what institutions we need to put in place, what systems we need to put in place, and then the human capacity development. We're going to put in more resources into innovation and research. We need your help in making sure that we don't want to maintain our ranking in Africa or the world. We want to bend that curve and take it even steeper. And we are prepared to spend the resources. I have the political commitment to go and do that. We want to be the location of solutions to innovation, to the knowledge economy and development of the capital for that.
Maximizing on a country's intellectual capital is critical to promoting an innovative and transformative economy.
I find attributes of a knowledge economy to be eternally exciting. Because if there's anything that liberates an individual, a community, a nation state, it's the opportunity that they get given by the space provided when they can exhibit the talents they have and share that with the world in a protected manner.
First, we want to support Botswana putting in place the right institutions and structures and policies at the national level. So we talked about whether it's possible for us to form a national committee on IP, because IP is moving from a vertical to a horizontal. So it needs better coordination across all the ministries, private sector, industry, and all the different research institutes. Second, we are going to help train Botswana through the use of the WIPO Academy. Third, we want to deliver projects that bring alive IP. So one project we're exploring is how can IP support the traditional medicine practitioners of Botswana? How can IP be their friend? How can they use IP to protect their traditional knowledge and also use it to bring their traditional knowledge to the world by allowing them to better market, brand and package their products.
Intellectual property is protected through respective industrial property and copyright acts, which seek to, among other aspects, protect the IP ecosystem and all the while ensuring products in any given market are authentic and of recognized quality, giving them a competitive advantage. Utsidile Nkabetse, BTV News, Gaborone.
President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi says maintaining Botswana's global mining reputation and ranking is key to her development prospects, citing the value of good governance and global partnership in this regard. He met with the Khoemacau and MMG Limited delegates during a courtesy call on him today, following the recent purchase of Khoemacau shareholding by Australian-based MMG Limited. Usidile Nkabetse continues.
Botswana's mining industry continues to grow in leaps and bounds, embracing diversified, innovative and sustainable mining approaches. Khoemacau Copper Mining recently announced the agreement to sell 100% of their interest to MMG Limited, a move which is expected to bring value addition to the mining landscape.
I've been impressed by the way in which they've been able to transform the skill level of our people, and therefore the productivity and the choice of those they work with. They've actually done a lot of work for the mining ecosystem in the country. And so these are some of the things that I'd hope that you, being the bigger, new owner, refreshed, with patient capital, are willing to invest in, because we want to maintain our rank in Africa and globally of being, one of the best destinations for mining. We pledge to give you the best ecosystem and framework of governance to succeed. But we need your help. We need you to have your operations run from here.
With a notable mining paper trail and global footprint, MMG Limited has set its eyes on sustainable growth.
We're formed as a member of the International Council on Mines and Metals, which is the sustainable development leadership group of the mining industry, and we chaired that group for 2 years. We are members of the Voluntary Principles on Security and Human Rights, the Extractive Transparency Initiative. We try to operate to all international standards in terms of people, human rights, environment, etc.
Very deep technical due diligence, and have been tremendously impressed with the quality of the asset and the quality of the opportunity. We're extremely excited about the opportunity to work in Botswana as well. We see it as a fantastically friendly investment jurisdiction.
Build on the current Khoemacau's team's good foundation and then protect that 60,000 tonnes copper production for now. So that's our base. And then from there on, we need to urgently get on to the work to expansion.
Through her mining policy framework, Botswana continues to grow, diversify and protect her vast mining resources, all the while promoting private sector participation in the value chains of her mining development aspirations. Utsidile Onkabetsi, BTV News, Gaborone.
Government recognizes the value that tourism can add to the local economy as a stimulant of economic growth, job creation and generation of foreign exchange. When officially opening the inaugural Botswana Tourism Investment Summit, the Vice President, Mr. Slamba said it is through such meetings that government aims to establish new investments and joint ventures in the tourism space to attract foreign direct investment. Matlabapiri reports.
Botswana yet again opens its doors to international sustainable investment opportunities through the first ever Tourism Investment Summit held in Gaborone. This happens at an opportune time when the country is aggressively positioning itself as a key hub for meetings, incentives, conferences and exhibitions in Southern Africa, aiming to transition into a high-income economy.
This summit actually is a testament of our efforts, the President and the whole government of Botswana going out to say, come to us because we have got a lot of opportunities. The first ever, or maybe one of a kind, where the destination promotion focuses on one country as opposed to just a region. You are welcome to a place of a world of opportunities. Welcome to a country of good governance.
Very much looking forward to a fruitful business investment deals that will shape the future of Botswana in a new dynamic African economic environment. Botswana is the lighthouse for sustainable and socially inclusive tourism, which will make it for future generations proud of our contributions.
The tourism sector constitutes a viable integral part of the country's export trade, contributing significantly to the country's revenue. In the past year alone, it generated approximately $515 million, constituting 26% of the country's total exports.
It is significantly instrumental in alleviating the foreign exchange bottleneck suffered in most developing countries, especially during COVID-19. The rationale behind convening this summit was precisely to achieve the objective of attracting foreign direct investment, specifically into our viable, vibrant tourism sector. To this effect, government plays an expeditious role in facilitating development of tourism projects as part of its economic diversification drive. This is espoused in the country's blueprint, the Vision 2036, as the country aspires to elevate to a higher income economy.
Meanwhile, as the world continuously faces some unprecedented environmental and economic challenges posed by climate change, Botswana, like other countries, need to transform the tourism sector into a more sustainable and responsible industry.
For us to realize this transformation, much stronger public-private partnerships are needed through more and better targeted investment financing to rebuild the industry in a sustainable and inclusive manner. This is one sector that was hard hit during the COVID era. You all are aware. You could not travel. So much as you could not travel, the tourism sector suffered a lot. And thanks to the minister and the government of Botswana that we sustained that industry.
This two-day summit, which is hosted by the International Tourism and Investment Conference in partnership with Botswana Tourism Organization, is expected to provoke new thinking, explore new opportunities and financial mechanisms for sustainable investments in travel, tourism and business. Tlotla Matlabapiri, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Assistant Minister for Education and Skills Development, Mr. Obrile Sasso, says Botswana's transport sector accounts for 28% of the country's carbon emissions. Therefore, he urged the sector to come up with strategies for a greener tomorrow. The minister made these statements at the Botswana Sustainability and Environmental, Social and Governance Summit 2023. Solofelo Tombale compiled this one.
At the first ever Sustainability and Environment, Social and Governance Summit, the government highlighted their efforts to change public works and the transport sector to lower carbon emissions, including installing solar lights. However, it has also admitted that the amount of emissions produced by the transport sector remains high, but it has identified some key solutions to address the issue.
Education and smarter government is one of the key priorities that we should follow. Such a strategy will not only be green, but will save billions on road building and maintenance. Energy transition to EVs will have very high impact on reducing emission, provided the energy is solar, not coal generated.
Other speakers at the event shared their suggestions for reducing the negative effects caused by non-environmentally friendly activities, such as the use of certain technologies.
One of the things that people don't understand is when you use the internet, you use energy. So whether you send an email, whether you are watching Netflix, whether you are doing any of your work where the internet is involved, there is some form of energy consumption. And I think Ramakhoeng had said that to demonstrate our commitment to climate change, perhaps we should prioritize legislation. And as a matter of legislation, we could commit to ensuring that our internet is powered by renewable energy.
We should encourage competitions where architects coming up, can say, BHC, I think you can design your future 3-bedroomed house. Yes, it has to be affordable, it has to be sustainable, but I think if we designed it this way, using these materials, so that it becomes fashionable, and because it pays, it becomes something that becomes the norm for us.
The youth were encouraged to take inspiration from the organizers of the event, Green Loop, and its founder, Ms. Lindwe Modise, and take an active role in contributing to Botswana's vision for sustainable development. Solofela Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
The industry has the potential to contribute immense value to the economy of Botswana. When officiating during the Botswana Leather Value Chain Development Panel discussion, Minister of Entrepreneurship, Mr. Karabokari, stated that the local leather industry provides unprecedented opportunities which have the potential to grow the economy and create the much-needed employment. Matanka has more.
Minister Harris says through the joint action support towards industrialization and the productive sectors, a number of local companies have been trained to produce leather products, which aligns with the National Reset Agenda, which relies on the private sector in advancing the development of value chains for leather products, benefiting both the local and international markets.
As the Minister of Entrepreneurship, I'm particularly inspired by the potential impact the association can have on our nation's entrepreneurial landscape. The leather industry, with its blend of challenges and opportunities, provides us with an unprecedented canvas on which we can paint a picture of economic growth, job creation and innovation.
The development of the leather value chain is said to have the potential to contribute to economic integration, diversification, and the upliftment of the participants, extending beyond Botswana to SADC region.
The Industrialization and Productive Sectors Program, SIPS, aims at increasing the productive capacities in the SADC region by enhancing the role of private sector in promising regional value chains such as leather. We have been working as European Union for many decades in promoting trade, investment, and supporting economic diversification in Botswana.
We also believe in regional markets. I know that every country here wants to go national, but looking at the advice SADC is giving to its member states, I think there's good reason to think not only about national markets. Botswana is much too small to think about national markets. Think about regional markets, because regional integration comes along with regional markets.
The SIPS project is done in collaboration with SADC, the EU, and the German Development Corporation to assist local leather producers move towards accessing both local and regional markets.
The fifth bi-national commission between Botswana and South Africa has been noted as yielding positive results, with the two countries having embarked on a mission to upgrade areas of trade and investment, agriculture, energy, justice and security, as well as the immigration sector, amongst others. This was said by the active permanent secretary at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Clifford Maribe, when officially opening the mid-term review of the fifth bi-national commission. Kumiso Mapanyane.
The intent of the Commission is to share ideas that can bring fortified solutions between the two countries, which can assist in broadening different economic developments. Mr. Maribe further highlighted that those can bring positive solutions in various developmental issues and promote livelihoods of the two nations.
Decisions we ultimately adopt at the end of this MTR session should not only enhance our collaboration, but must have direct impact on improving the livelihoods of our people as intended by our principles. This meeting, therefore, presents an opportunity for us to reflect and positively engage with a view to come up with solutions that comprehensively deliver in strengthening and deepening our bilateral cooperation. Co-Chair, I'm aware that a number of exchanges have taken place between our various ministries and departments since April 2022, which demonstrates the unwavering spirit of friendship and cooperation, as well as good neighborliness.
Representative from South Africa indicated that the cooperation can help mitigate unnecessary delays, especially in sectors of trade and investment, and further requested there be some changes regarding that.
In this regard, we need to take full advantage of trade and investment opportunities which exist between our countries and the region arising in the areas of our bilateral engagements. The current levels of trade and investment between our countries are a far cry as compared to the existing potential, and this has to change. Our economic endeavors should buttress efforts towards realizing an economically integrated Africa as envisaged by the framework of the African Free Continental Trade Area, which our respective countries have ratified. Similarly, we must leverage regional value chain projects while ensuring that the pursuit of regional integration is intensified. We are satisfied that the Kazungula Bridge, which was officially commissioned on 10 May 2021, is immensely thrusting the region and the continent closer to heightened economic integration.
The Commission has been noted as bringing positive differences across different sectors. Kumiso Mapanyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
Botswana's ambassador to the United Nations, Dr. Gladys Mokawa, is on a mission to unlock business and procurement opportunities for Botswana-based companies by helping them find means of doing business with the UN. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in collaboration with Botswana Investment and Trade Center, hosted a 2 days Botswana United Nations Procurement and Business Seminar in Francistown to pave way for local entities and to explore the UN market. Faith Ditete compiled this one.
This seminar by the United Nations Procurement Business
was first held in 2017 and had continued to register significant growth ever since, as there is an increase of local companies trading under the UN business market based in New York.
We are hoping the seminar will provide Botswana companies, especially those in Francistown, of course, an opportunity to interact with our professionals here from the United Nations, with a view perhaps maybe to improve your company's capacities to do business with the UN here and abroad. I should note that this is not the first time we're holding seminars of this nature. We've had these seminars, I think, in the previous 3 years, 2017, 2018, and 2019. Of course, with varied outcomes. I think the last one, 2019, we had around 109 companies participate. And we had limited numbers of companies. I think we had around 343 companies registered with the UN as a result. Within the UN global market. Presently, we are at 823, which is remarkable. With Botswana companies having registered within the UN portal, the marketplace, accounting for 8.43 million in procurement volume, US dollars.
Market wa rona o monyenyane re le mo Botswana. Me mo ithela le gore gompieno ke tsala gore mo mehameng ya harologane re itemogela gore market wa rona o monyenyane go ka tsaya dithoto tsa rona tse e leng gore ra di produce.
This seminar has brought a sense of hope for the local residents in Francistown, who are now looking beyond the borders for their market. However, this initiative is said to be presenting an opportunity for this country, which has a small population and market.
Let me thank the government of Botswana and the United Nations for bringing the United Nations Procurement Division to Francistown. When I received this invitation yesterday, the first impression that I had was, wow, this is big. This is something great for this city. This is something great for this country. Because our population does not allow us as a country we need to sell our products. We need to work with other people outside this country.
2022 UN Annual Statistical Report demonstrates that Botswana companies provided goods and services in management and administration services, in education and training services, office equipment and supplies, freight forwarding, food and vaccines.
These participating companies are expected to be registered with the UN System Procurement Portal and benefit from the spectrum of opportunities from sectors such as healthcare services, food and beverages, banking and investment, as well as research and technology. Faithy Titete, BTV News, Francistown.
Some businesses which have set up shop in Khanti after being monitored by the local enterprise authority LEA state that they are grateful for the support they received from the entity despite challenges they at times encounter. In an effort to reach out to their clients, LEA managers from different branches across the country were in Khanti for a benchmarking exercise and to also touch base with their clients and progress of their businesses. Lisa Homukwaisi compiled this report.
Through their mentorship and providing training and facilitation towards business development, LEA's main focus is to see businesses in Botswana growing and being able to penetrate the market.
Ke etetse di client ke ne ke sa batle go utlwa ka bone bareki kgotsa ka di investor hela ke batla go utlwa ka bagwebi gore ba supportiwa jang both by the government mo procurementing ba supportiwa jang ke tsone di mine tse leng gore di ka kwano gore ha re tswa ha re be ra go nna ha tse re bua le bone jaanong bone ba tshwanetseng go ka be ba reka mo go bone ba tshwanetseng go ka be ba reka mo go bone in terms of both the government, the central government and the private sector. So o tshwanetse go dira dilo tse ka go botsa bone ba gwedi gore seemo sentse jang e re jaanong ha o change ore ke a go go bone ba ba rekang ke kopa gore go diragale jana le jana e be le gore o utlwile bone gore matshwenyego a bone e ntse leng.
Some of the business people who have benefited from the guidance offered by Leah applauded Leah for the good work that they're doing in monitoring their businesses, even though there are some challenges.
20 up to now. Into the thata ka gore ke ka 2021 be go khona go hireletsa sekolo go sele go fetse go segeletsa ga ke go isi mme ka thuso ya le gape na le mathata a market la ha go pieno le ya ke le go supa gore ba thusa thata ka gore ba de ba le ka gore ba bue le dipatela le di ba maele gore re ba thuse lo santse re metse phetola gore go le ba.
Leah was there for me from literally step 1 until I hand the application for Miami, until I went for the interview. I succeeded, and then I bought my first stock of my layers, still 500. So then I found myself with a lot of eggs. It was overwhelming, but the eggs had to go because Leah did take me through shop by shop, restaurant by restaurant. Fortunate enough, the government law the school feeding program, and then that's where now we got in.
So most of the people are traveling to Khansi to come and buy our bricks because our strength is good. The quality of crusher dust and stone that we use is of a very high quality. So that is in our advantage at the moment. Having the quarry as a sister company makes a big difference on costings and on quality of the bricks. So currently our biggest market, I would say, is local Khansi with all the projects that is busy going on. We are working together with all these Chinese companies who's doing the construction in Khansi for all the government projects, and the hotel is being built. We just finished another company that is building the Trans Oasis warehouse. They've just finished that, and then our next one that we are busy with is the Khansi Stadium. We are supplying them as we pass them on the road. All those walls and all those bricks is coming from us.
Mr. Kilebule urged those Botswana who wants to start businesses to seek assistance from Leah offices, as a wide array of services needed to set up profitable, sustainable businesses are provided free of charge. Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV News, Khansi.
You're watching BTV News, and thank you for staying with us. Now, the Ministry of Transport and Public Works is on its second nationwide rollout consultation for the approved organizational structure to members of staff in various districts. A dedicated change management group has been established to ensure staff embrace the new structure, and changes. Transfers are set to take place next year to fill newly established positions in various districts. Mamusi Siska with more.
The Ministry of Transport and Public Works is ready to implement the new organizational structure resulting from the government's rationalization exercise initiated last year, April. The ministry is currently engaging in consultations with staff members to acquaint them with updated structure before embarking on the new chapter.
Mo bogologone re na le ba ile re ke ba dikago ba ikemetse ko bannosi gona le bana re ke ba ditsela ba ikemetse ko bannosi mme mo moalong o re rolang gompieno re ba beile ka ha mo letlhakore le lengwe hela re bua hela ka gona gore matlhagola tseba planning e be re dikago kana development e be re dipaakanyo le ditirelo mme gongwe le gongwe re tsenya dikago le ditsela di kopane
ko morago re ne re ntse re na le moalo ko headquarters hela gompieno moalo o re o atoloseditse le ko di district ko e leng gore keletso ya rona ke gore go nne le district coordination se se sala morago di therisano ya go nna go isa bodiredi ko ditiro le di ba tlhokang teng ka jalo go a go nna le di transfer tse ke dumelang gore ha re tsena hela kwa dikwalo di tabe di simolla go tswa re setse re na le sethopha se se agilweng se e leng gore ke sone se tabeng se ntse se beile leitho go bona gore bodiredi bo tisiwa mo seemong sa go amogela diphetogo tse di diragetseng.
The representatives from the workers' unions present at the meeting have commended government's effort to engage them in the deliberations and conveyed satisfaction with the progress so far.
Ana makgotla a babereki le puso ba dumalanye go rerisanya mengwe ya ditherisanyo ke gone gore sepe se government a se dirang re hiwe sabe sa teng ke go lemoga gore a tshwanelo ya modiri ga e leshwe hadiwe
e re ha ba bua le hoko e be ba bua so se le sengwe hela le rona re be re dumelana le bone ka mono ba buang re ska ra nna hela re le batho ba re lwale le government nya gompieno go monatela ga gona le haele o pe molato
pele ga go simolola gore jaanong di tsengwe mo tirisong go bone gore le bone maemo a ba hilwang ditiro tse le gore batho ba le bakane le tsone ke ditiro wa mang gore go se ka simolola hela ba itse go juro ba go bereka ditiro dife.
The structure rollout is to increase trust within the ministry and offer counseling to members of staff where there is need. The rationalization of ministries is to improve the service delivery of government agencies and ensure that all Botswana have equal opportunities. Mamuse Siska, BTV News, Silibe Pigwe.
Deputy Board Secretary for Malete Land Board, Mr. Kabelo Raletsatsi, says in the previous financial year 2022-2023, they had planned to allocate 2,607 residence plots, but only managed to allocate 1,859 plots due to challenges they encountered within the Land Board. He revealed this during orientation of newly appointed board members in Ramotswa. Pel Puduhudu report.
The country's economic path is quickening, and analysts attribute this positive shift to various factors. The concerted efforts of the economic policies and reforms are yielding tangible results, promoting stability and growth. The anticipation is that next financial year, the country will record more than the global growth of 3.8%.
Itshwelelo ya Botswana yone itla modimo a se go haditse ka mo go rile gore o tla le mo gore ngwaga ono o hetao re hule ka lebelo le go godimo thata go menagane la bo 5.8%. Ngwaga o re mo go ene ra akanya gore ta gola ka lebelo nyana le ha pelenyana ha godimo ga global growth la 3.8%. Me re akantshana yana ra akanya gore ta kgaremediwa gape ke diemo tsa tsentseng di kgarametsa itshwelelo re kgaramediwa ke tsone di tswa mmu jaaka nako tsotlhe mme re leka gape gore re go diseme ga maemengwe e le gore ga se ya di tswa mmu e le gore le one tlantse gola ka lebelo le le go godimo thata go eta malatsi otlhe.
To generate broader interest in the national budget, the ministry affirms its dedication to inclusivity, transparency, and engaging stakeholders to enable every Motswana to contribute to shaping the budgetary plan.
For us, it is very important that we are inclusive in our discussions, we are inclusive in the debates and in shaping the allocations. And then it is also important that when I come up with the numbers in February, there are really no surprise to a lot of people around, because we would have engaged with you, you would have a very good idea of how the budget should look like.
Members of the parliament also use the budget bitom to contribute valuable insights, suggestions, and recommendations, shaping the path for the forthcoming budget.
Our education needs to be fixed. There is a need for us as a country to shift from this job-seeking curricula to a skill-based curricula.
Go le gantsi re lebella dikgwebo tsa banana e le gore o ka re tsone di tshwanetswe ke go nna di small and medium-sized businesses hela. Jalo nna ke dumela gore go nako jaanong ya gore re di akanyetse gore le tsone re di thuse gore re mo nakong e sa hediseng pelo e be le multinational companies.
Embracing modern technology, the minister highlighted the ongoing efforts to optimize digitalization. In the upcoming financial budget, initiatives will be undertaken to ensure live broadcasting nationwide, utilizing the recently launched Village Connectivity Program. Hobuletse Mang, Boitshwarelo, BTV News, Tokweng.
Well, that story was about the recent economic data from the Ministry of Finance revealing upward trend in Botswana's economic landscape, signaling recovery from previous challenges. The increased demand in key sectors such as mining and the major diversification sectors contributed to the turnaround. This was revealed during a budget pitso held in Tlokweng with the aim of laying a solid foundation for the year 2024-2025 financial year budget. Now we are going back to the Land Board story.
In the coming financial year 2023-24, Malete Land Board intends to increase number of residential plots to be allocated, even though they have challenges which emanate from shortage of land in their district. Yet there is high demand of applications for plots allocations.
The 2023-2024 financial year, we had a target of 500 plots stretched to 550 plots. And because we did not manage to meet the previous year's target, we have an additional 750 plots that we are to allocate in this financial year. So that making a total of 1,250 residential plots.
The purpose of the orientation is to introduce and induct new board members on the process of land management.
To exercise more care, we really have to be careful. We really have to practice the principle of confidentiality. We are going to debate or discuss about more board meeting, even if it means a file for our relatives, a file for our siblings. The principle of confidentiality immediately after the board meeting. Because even if we can the board meeting, you never know or
on other issues, Malete Land Board has set a roadmap which they believe will be achieved by the year 2026.
We have various social ills. Really board members, we would not contribute to Malete Land Board's machinery. We have the government agenda. We have the reset agenda. We have the national priorities, which we need to align ourselves to as an organization. Over and above that also, we need to promote digitalization.
The nation is encouraged to preserve land and avoid selling it, as it is a daunting task to easily acquire it and often leaves many as destitute after selling it. Pao Puduhudu, BTV News, Ramotswa.
Well, and that is the news this hour. Do stay with us. Liza Osaking on standby to take you through the world of sport. Liza?
We meet again, Khaizirek.
Let's meet now. Take us through the world of sport.
Thank you so much, Olibile Samoga. Good evening. My name is Liza Osaking with your world of sport. And in our first story, Botswana Table Tennis Association Vice President Administration Reatile Morabedi is confident that the national under-11 team will deliver exceptional results at the upcoming ITTF Southern Region Hopes Week, slated for Windhoek, Namibia next week. The four players have been sharpening up for the regional tournament for the past few weeks and are expected to head to Namibia this coming weekend. Katlaho Khakole reports.
The national under-11 table tennis side is made up of two girls in Tsegofatso Busang and Buitla Monkele, along with two boys, Reneilwe Lekore, Litinashi Zvaka. The vice president admin says the players will go into another intensive training camp in Windhoek before competing in a two-day tournament, which is expected to attract players from several Southern African countries.
Re ba rutile di basics tsa go tshameka table tennis. Re batla gore ba gole mo motshamekong ke la ntlha tota re ya go dingwageng tse di kwa tlase ya ka under 11 go ba yang teng ko Namibia yana ba tla ba tsamaya ka Saturday ba ya go tsenela training camp mo go teng ke ga Hopes Week.
BTTA worked closely with Botswana National Sports Commission, Botswana National Youth Council, and other stakeholders to enable this team to head to Namibia as a way of supporting grassroots development.
NYC is the venue where it's training. We are ever thankful for access to this venue. Then by BNSC, ba re supportile ka bo transportation ka dutse ene re dumela le yone hospitality kit re tabe re bona mo go bona. And then the organization we are affiliated to ITTF, the mother body at table tennis. This whole event is organized for Southern Africa. Organized ke bona.
The players, under the guidance of coach Godirlone Bahwasi, says they are looking forward to competing in such a high-level tournament to test their skills after excelling in local championships this season.
What is their weakness?
The table tennis youth national team departs to Windhoek, Namibia on Saturday and are expected back home on the 2nd of December. Katlaho Kakwele, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Botswana Billiards Association spokesperson Maram Morolong says they have been working tirelessly to rebuild their organization and apply for reinstatement back into the local sport governing body following suspension back in 2021 for failure to comply to regulations. Morolong revealed this in an interview with BTV Sport, where he outlined their plans to keep the sport afloat. Ryan Khengonyani reports.
Following the suspension in 2021 after failing to comply with the Registrar of Society Act and other constitutional matters, the interim executive has been battling to put the house in order by embarking on a proper registration of affiliates as per the constitution in order to comply.
The compliance issue, of which the compliance issue, but the team lusa fire during the COVID sketch. So that people can believe in it again. We did what we call the team registration drive. Our federation into the BNSC and also EMS and the Register of Societies.
Despite the suspension by BNSC, Morolong says they have been able to strengthen their relationship with the continental governing body following the visit of African Billiard Federation President earlier this year and efforts to better rebuild the association to execute its mandate.
Impact they are taking in the people got to believe more and then through that we also managed to get into the All Africa Black Ball Pool Championships. We are getting special dispensation to play in the championships. If they can put into helping us, we can even go further as a nation, as a pool nation. We try to go into different villages throughout the country, whereby we are saying we want to find promoters or events coordinators. And then I can tell you that through that, a couple of events throughout the villages of Botswana.
After completing all the required administrative measures, Botswana Billiards Association will sit down with the BNSC for a review which will determine if they will be reinstated back as one of the affiliates. Ryan Khengonyani, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that is it for sport this evening. Olibile Samoka is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories. Right, so I believe we do this again tomorrow.
Let's do this again tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And that is the news. Let's take a look at stories that we're making headlines. Botswana to invest in sectors are crucial key to transforming the country into a knowledge-based economy. Tourism identified as potential stimulant for economic growth. Botswana table tennis national under-11 team expected to give an impressive performance at the ITTF Southern Region Hopes Week tournament. That is the news this hour. To stay with us. Weather up next.
Good evening and welcome. The weather forecast tonight is brought to you by Kumo Cecil Monarch. This evening, convective clouds are visible over some areas of our country. We are still expecting some isolated thunder showers from these clouds over some areas of Kalahari-Khansi, Ngamiland and Chobe district. Tomorrow, expecting some partly cloudy conditions over the entire country with some isolated thunder showers expected over Ngamiland, Chobe, Khansi and Kalahari district. In the morning, we're expecting some hot temperatures over the entire country with minimums of 20 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, we're expecting some very hot afternoon temperatures over Ngamiland, Chobe, Khansi, Kalahari, and Southern District. We're expecting to record maximums of 37 to 38 degrees Celsius. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some extremely hot afternoon temperatures. We're expecting to record maximums of 39 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. And therefore, we advise the public to hydrate and avoid prolonged stay under the sun. The fire bulletin is showing some active wildfires over some areas of Ngamiland, Khansi, Kalahari, Katleng, Kwening, and Southern Central District. The fire danger index for tomorrow is showing very dangerous to extremely dangerous conditions over some areas of our country, and therefore we advise the public to handle fire with care and avoid starting unnecessary fires. Over the weekend, on Saturday, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers at Southern District, and on Sunday, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions with extremely hot afternoon temperatures over Southern Southeast Gauteng and Kwening District. Over Khansi, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers on Saturday and Sunday. At Kalahari District, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions with extremely hot afternoon temperatures. Over Chobe and Ngamiland, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers on Saturday and Sunday with extremely hot afternoon temperatures. Over Southern Central and Northeast, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions on Saturday and Sunday with extremely hot afternoon temperatures. And at Northern Central, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers on Saturday with extremely hot afternoon temperatures. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.